I want everyone in this audience to know that even though the media frames us that it's me versus that community, that is not what it is. Do not blame the LGBTQ community for any of this shit. This has nothing to do with them. It's about corporate interests and what I can say and what I cannot say.
Now, what's up with everybody? Welcome to TexxGod Tv. I am your host, TexxGod. Well, you already know, here I'm a referee to the truth. I'm a coach to positivity. And I believe with those two things, baby, working together in unison, there is no circumstance or situation we cannot conquer, especially when we're doing it together. Okay, now I wanted to dive into this hot topic of Dave Chappelle. He's most recently going through the backlash because of his most recent special on Netflix, The Closer. If you guys haven't checked that out, I advise you go ahead and take a look at that on Netflix so you can get kind of more of a feel what's going on. But just a few days ago, he made some remarks and some statements on a show where he was live and he was speaking to the LGBTQ community, letting them know that he's not bending and he's not wavering, but he's willing to sit down and have a conversation with them and actually tell them what this is really all about. Also, guys, Caitlyn Jenner came out today and made a crazy statement I want to dive into right after I play a few more clips of Dave Chappelle. I want to give you guys kind of like a blueprint of what's really going on. Then we're going to discuss everything.
It's been said in the press that I was invited to speak to the transgender employees at Netflix, and I refuse. That is not true. If they had invited me, I would have accepted it, although I am confused about what we are speaking about. I said what I said, and boy, I heard what you said. My God, how could I not? You said you want a safe working environment at Netflix. Well, it seems like I'm the only one that can't go to the office anymore. I want everyone in this audience to know that even though the media frames us that it's me versus that community, that is not what it is. Do not blame the LGBTQ community for any of this shit. This has nothing to do with them. It's about corporate interests and what I can say and what I cannot say. For the record, and I need you to know this, everyone I know from that community has been nothing but loving and supporting. So I don't know what all this nonsense is about. In summer 2020, when the whole world shut down, I was outside doing shows. My neighbor had a cornfield, and he let me throw shows there, and people came from all over the country. Some people came from around the world to see those shows. The best comedians on earth came to my home and broke bread with me. And we lived our lives. We found a way to keep moving forward. I made a whole documentary about it. The first night of those shows was a piece that some of you might have seen. It was called 846, and it dealt with the murder of George Floyd. This film that I made was invited to every film festival in the United States, and some of those invitations I accepted. And when this controversy came out about The Closer, they began disinviting me from these film festivals. And now, today, not a film company, not a movie studio, not a film festival, nobody will touch this film. Thank God for Ted Sarandos at Netflix. He's the only one that didn't cancel me yet. To the transgender community, I am more than willing to give you an audience, but you will not summon me. I am not bending to anybody's demands. And if you want to meet with me, I'd be more than willing to, but I have some conditions.
What's up with everybody? Like I already told you, this is TexxGod TV. Here we preach and we teach hope, not dope. We try to inspire and motivate the hope dealers, not the dope dealers. We try to rid the world of as many dope dealers as possible. Please come on over here to this side of the fence, man. Our kings and our queens need us, and we can use that hustle over here. You know what I'm saying? I come from the block with you, brother. I brought my hustle to this side. I'm telling you, you need to do the same things. You dig? Okay, now look. After watching that video, Dave Chappelle said he's not bending, he's not wavering from anything that he said. He actually said, you know what I'm saying, I said what I said, and I heard the things you said. How could I not? Because let me say this, that community's voice is so loud. Once they get on somebody's ass or they're ready to cancel somebody, they just, it's a nonstop. It's a nonstop thing. Every day is something else being said. Everything is they're just trying to ruin somebody's career. And the ironic thing about it is they're boycotting or trying to ban the Dave Chappelle show off of Netflix, and they're saying that they feel that their work environment isn't safe. How? You still have your job. You're still able to go to work every day. Nobody's trying to cancel you, regardless of what you say on Twitter, regardless of what you say on Facebook, regardless of what social media outlet you use, and you use your voice out here in this world. Some of the things some of these people are saying are hurting people, and they're in that community as well. But they're not losing their jobs. They're not being canceled. They're not being taken off of TV or whatever it may be because they're not on TV. It only matters when you have something behind your name, when you have millions in your bank account, when you have fame out here and you can influence people. It only matters then. To be honest with you, it's exactly what Dave Chappelle's saying, man. It's a corporate agenda, it's corporate interest, and what he can and what he cannot say. And honestly, I'm starting to believe this stems back to when he left the Dave Chappelle show. This is my theory, and this is my opinion and my perspective. So, hey, look, take it with a grain of salt. That's my disclaimer right there. But anyway, I believe this has something to do with him coming back and having and making a staple in the world right now after they canceled him before. You have never seen too many people come back from being canceled and have as big a name or influence as Dave Chappelle has had. Shout out to Dave Chappelle for coming straight out of Yellow Springs, Ohio, right from my own hometown. Shout out to you, brother. And shout out to you for standing up for what you believe in. But he also said he's willing to sit down and have this conversation with you guys and see what this is really all about. Because he said he's been receiving love from the LGBTQ community since he started, and they've always been, you know, in high favor of him. Caitlyn Jenner even came out, you know what I'm saying, said he's right. Dave Chappelle's 100% right. It's all about corporate interests and him saying what he says. They just want to control what this man says so their agenda can be pushed out here. You understand what I'm saying? And these are some of the things we got to fight against. And if you believe Dave is right, man, hit that like button, man. Subscribe and share this on all platforms. Let me know down there in the comment section. Do you believe Dave Chappelle is right for the things that he's standing up for? Do you believe he's right when he says all about corporate interests, their agenda, and what he can and what he cannot say? I need to know that because I truly believe that. And this is no knock to the community, to the LGBTQ community. Look, y'all have people that are leading y'all campaign, that are fighting and trying to be the voice and the face of your community, who are out here tearing down and being racist and saying some of the most craziest slanders and slurs that I've ever heard come out of people's mouths. I do have a clip of this young transgender. I don't know the name or whatever. Maybe the name would be in this clip here. I haven't really checked it that hard. So, but what I wanted to show you guys is the language and the racist comments that this person's, you know, been speaking out here in the world. This person is transgender and even went as far as to say some homophobic comments. So I want you guys to check this out, and you tell me, especially if you're in that community, do you think this is the type of person that you want to have to be the face?
That's what kills y'all, because you you operate from this place of like, of knee-jerk reaction. That, you know, this idea that, oh, like, if you're not perfect, then you're flawed, and then therefore you're a fraud, and you're a hypocrite, and you're all those things. That does not make me a hypocrite because I have a past. That just means I understood the assignment. The assignment is, when you fuck up, you fix it. The assignment is, you know, when you create harm, you make an amends and you repair that harm. The assignment is you talk about what you learned in your experiences and you share it with someone else, which is why when it comes to Dave Chappelle, which is what y'all are really mad about, who else better to speak about it and to him than me? The reason why I have the power, authority, and clearance to talk about accountability the way I do is because it's been a solid part of my own journey. So you don't have the power to put me in timeout when you're not even capable of taking time out to interrogate your own complicity in hate economics and the ways in which you continue to help this culture of violence thrive. So don't come to me with no silly stuff unless you're ready to heal together. And that's the reason why I'm not going anywhere, darling. I'm just getting started. Have the same opportunity.
He almost looks like a bitch from behind. Hashtag shaking my head.
We will no longer stay silent.
Asian hoes act like they won't get karate chopped in they motherfucking throat.
Just to be clear,
in real life, I'd smash your fucking head in like a can of A&W root beer. Dick Rider.
Real violence that is by the trans community, for the trans community.
Now after watching that, I got the name for you guys. The clip was way longer than that. Just to tell you this crazy story was on World Star the other day, but I went to go grab it for you guys tonight, and it was gone. So I don't know what that means. I don't know. Maybe that's a part of that corporate agenda that we speaking about here. But after watching that, man, they said we have this reaction to these things, these crazy reactions. What do you mean? Like the way you guys reacted to the baby and tried to cancel him? What do you mean the way that you're reacting now to Dave Chappelle? Or what do you mean about how you guys are about to react to Mayweather for telling that man he don't want to take no pictures with a man with nails? Hey man, let's say this shit. Because I feel like don't no man and don't nobody want to say this out here, man. Don't no man want to be in the room or be surrounded by a bunch of homosexual men. Let's just be honest. And I think that's what they want to push. They want to push to be accepted by us, by the men out here, because that's what they're attracted to, right? But we don't want to be nowhere around that. It's not that we don't hate you, but it's not that we hate you. It's that we don't live that type of lifestyle. We don't surround ourselves with that, and we don't want to be depicted as such. Because if I go hang with 10 gay dudes, man, you know they gonna believe? You know they gonna believe. They ain't gonna think. They gonna know I'm gay, right? So I believe that's what they're fighting for. They want to be able to walk into a group of men and have a conversation or something like that, and think men are not gonna feel uncomfortable. That's not how we living. That's not how we living out here. It's not normal. Just to be honest with you, do what you want to do. Live how you want to live. I have no ill feelings, no hate, or none of that towards nobody. But you will not be around me and my kids and my family like that. That's just how I feel. And it's just how I feel. I had a gay uncle. I never had no problem chilling with him, kicking it with him, and all of that, because that was family. You know what I'm saying? And he knows not to come at nobody crazy, or say nothing off the wall, or do anything crazy around the kids. See what I'm saying? That's how we live. You feel me? If I'm gonna be around somebody like that, you know what I'm saying? Maybe my girlfriend got if I got a girl, maybe my girl got a gay friend or whatever, might come around every once in a while. No problem with that, but I can't just be hanging with you. We can't just be riding in the coupe, me and you, talking about we about to go catch a movie. That's not how we live. But you guys seen it, man. This person is talking basically, they don't want to be held accountable for the things they said in the past, but they want to hold somebody accountable for the things they say. I guess he understood the assignment. I guess that's what that's all about. But you guys tell me what you think, man. This whole situation is crazy. Leave down in the comments, man. Do you think Dave Chappelle is right? And do you think people like this should be the ones speaking out against him? Peace. And thank you for tuning in to TexxGod TV. Hey, look, you already know, man. If you was here, that's because you was meant to be here. And I know for a fact, if you was meant to be here, that just means you care. So why don't you go ahead, like, subscribe, and share this on all platforms. Much love. Peace.
From